right, but what we do know that's going on right now.
Wow, updates with Fani Willis.
Miss Fani Willis.
Give me more clarity on this, because Mama kind of gave me a little overview.
Let's hear what she said. What did she say? Tell me what you think you know about what's going on first.
It seems like it's on the lines of some of the cases that she brought against him. Mm-hmm. Some will be dropped. There's cases that will be dropped. Not all of them will be tried against him. But I'm wondering, my mama didn't get in details, but did that have a lot to do with her in the situation that's with her versus they didn't find enough evidence, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And because
so that's we're saying this not what's really happening. She's saying what she thinks
allegedly.
Is happening.
Yeah, I'm thinking what I'm hearing. And then my thing is too, out of all that, what I've heard my mom tell me is that it's still a bigger delay now. And that was always Trump's tactic, mm-hmm. is to delay this. Mm-hmm. That shiny object now, everybody's following the shiny object. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure you got details on what this Fani thing is about.
All right, so let's talk about what's really happening. Mm-hmm. Christopher says, hello, greetings and salutations.
Salutations to you, Christopher. All right.
Okay. Wendy says, hello, ladies. Hello. All right, we were gone yesterday because we had some work we had to do. We actually own our own company.
Okay.
Which is why I get on here and call people morons all the time, because that's not my bread and butter.
But still. Still.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But so we had to get some projects out. But we're here today.
Uh-huh.
What's going on with Fani Willis? Okay. Now, you said the judge was throwing out some cases. That's not true.
No cases were dismissed?
No.
So what is Mama thinking?
Mama said cases. The word is charges.
Oh, charges.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I misquoted Mama.
No, he didn't.
Charges.
It's charges, not...
But in our head, we're thinking a
cases.
Charge is a case.
It's not.
Because it's a case against him.
It's not. Charges. 6 charges have been dropped. Okay?
But we don't want to hear about anything being dropped. That's
exactly.
why it's like, what?
Now, I'm going to tell you what's happening, then I'll tell you why I blame her, Fani. Even though on paper she has nothing to do with it. Okay. The best way to explain it, because I've been watching this all day and trying to figure this out so that get clarification. Let's take that phone call that President Trump made. Remember he made that phone call, Ma? To that man and said, find me 11,000 votes? Okay.
Oh.
The prosecution, which is Nathan Wade, Fani's boyfriend. Okay. When he presented the case and put it down on paper, he said, we're charging the president with violating the Constitution. Okay. By asking for that 11,000 votes.
Right.
The judge came back now and said, you can't just say violating the Constitution. What part of the Constitution did he violate? There's how many 5,000 pages to this thing?
Was there anything specific?
Give us specific things on what he violated. Mm-hmm. Now the judge also did a footnote and said, I believe whatever you're saying.
You just need
from the evidence that you presented, you've shown that he's violated it. But the judge is kind of saying, I'm not the attorney. You are. It's not my job to come back and say, okay, he violated this, he violated this, he violated this to the jury. It's your job. You're the prosecution. Exactly. Prove your case. I believe, this is what the judge is saying in his little footnote, that he did violate the Constitution. And I know what parts of the Constitution he violated. Mm-hmm. But it's not my job to do that. That's your job. So what he's telling them is I'm dismissing the charges. Now, if you want to bring them back up again, you can. Okay. Get another jury to come in and say whether these are good enough to take it to trial. Mm-hmm. You got to start all over again with these 6 charges if you want to do it again. Now, one of Giuliani's was dropped too. There's another one. All of these 6 charges was basically saying you need to be more specific. You're too general.
Why would they not know that as lawyers?
Well, I'll tell you why now I blame Fani Willis.
Okay.
Because she put Nathan Wade as their lead prosecutor. Now, people said he wasn't qualified to do this. That's not his type of law he does. He doesn't do RICO charges and things like this. So he's not qualified. So why would you put him over a case going against the former president of the United States, where they're going to be looking at every little tiny detail? You got to put somebody over that case that's qualified.
Now, she must have...
She should have been over the case and left Nathan Wade out of it.
So she wasn't over that case.
She made him the lead prosecutor on this case. Oh,
I know Sonny on The View mentioned she had gone to a few other names before him.
Yes.
And they all said no.
Well, so what? Keep going.
I'm wondering...
She could go outside a third party.
Yeah. I'm wondering what made her stop
continuing
to ask.
We know.
Because if he's not qualified,
and
the people she asked were definitely qualified, but they said no, they didn't want to get involved.
She asked the people on the inside first, and then she went, according to her, Nathan Wade is a third party. You went outside, so why can't you just keep going?
To other people outside. Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know.
We know why.
Well, we can speculate,
right?
You know why? Because I'm sure there's more than this gentleman that's out there.
This dude was smiling across the table while they was eating crab legs and shrimp. And he said, I can do this.
I could be on the case.
And she said, this is all allegedly. It's all in my mind.
Does he have a dimple? He was probably
He's not even good looking.
They don't matter.
Anyway.
You know they don't matter. Look at Trump.
So he smiled across the table with his crab boil, because that's what we're going to have tonight. And he said, you know what? I can do this. And she said, well, you are a good attorney, but you don't do RICO cases and stuff. He said, look, now, haven't I gone over expectations with you? Haven't we had wonderful dates? Wonderful midnight rendezvous.
Good conversation.
Great conversation. You don't think if I can swoop you up, you don't think I could do that to the ladies on the jury? Yeah, you can. Here, have another shrimp. Now, not only should I be on the case.
She had to be drinking wine to even let him do it.
Not only should I be on the case, you sweet, sweet lover thing of mine, I should be head prosecutor. I don't know. I'm telling you, know what?
What do they make comments about?
Think about it.
When you are involved sexually with somebody that he must.
You got rose-colored glasses. She had on rose-colored glasses.
That dude pulled a big one on her.
So he told her. She probably said no. Okay. No. Okay, well,
I don't know.
You think about it
for so long.
Think about it. Then all of a sudden they going on trips all over the world. She don't know what continent they on, apparently. They asking her, if Barbados or whatever, what continent. I don't know. You a DA. You don't know what continent.
Why was she?
Anyway.
She's floating. Hey.
All of a sudden, this dude who barely leaves the country going on trips
comes back.
Well, I didn't give him any money. He paid me. I paid for it, and he paid me back.
Your receipts at?
Well, my dad told me to keep cash.
Yeah, I always keep cash.
All right, so now you're in Barbados or somewhere, sipping on a pina colada or a Bahama Mama or something. He says, "Did you think about it? About me being over the case?" Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think? I think you can. I don't think anybody's gonna look at it, even though it's the former the man who looks Trump, who talks about the president who sold him a hat 2 years ago. He dogs out everybody.
The women that
you don't think
him of violating.
She's a horse face. I would never talk to this lady.
Because,
who does she think she is?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell's a buckethead. And the Biden is Sleepy Joe. Obama wasn't born in this country. We've gone all the way to Liberia, wherever he's from. And we look to see he has a birth certificate there.
Yeah.
You don't think Bahama Mama that he was going to look and see if you're dating the guy who's trying to put him in the jail for the rest of his life.
He ain't going to come at you. He ain't gonna come at him. He gonna even come at your daddy. Watch them.
And you don't think Vampire Giuliani isn't gonna come after you?
Oh my God.
So now both of them are singing Happy Days in here again. Trump, happy days are here again. The sky inside. Or whatever. Let's hear again. And then here's Juliana, Dracula. What the feet of all again. Happy days are here again.
You've given us much time.
Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes, Judge.
There's skeletons in
their
closet. What have you
done?
There's skeletons in their closet got to come out.
Now,
okay.
With all of that being said, do I think that this is going to change or alter anything? No. He still got 150 million other charges against him.
But here's the thing.
But it just doesn't look right.
Go back to, aside from all of that, and we all know that's messy, there's people out there fighting for Fani. I get it. But
why?
When your hands are dirty, because there's Kim.
Because she black.
There's people fighting
because she black.
There's people fighting for your friend Monique. Oh, they didn't think what she said was mean or wrong.
No, we gotta stop.
She's telling the truth.
She's
telling the truth. She's shaming the devil. She's telling the truth.
Look, this is how they do those speeches.
They don't care how mean you are.
This is how they do those speeches. Black people, I implore you, please stop just taking anybody.
Because they black.
Because they black.
That black card out. Hey, we got your support. Here's a good example. Did you not think when O.J. Simpson was accused of taking his wife and her boyfriend?
Yeah.
Black people didn't care. He got off.
You know what? You know what, though?
I don't care if he did it. Sure.
But you know what? That was different, though.
No, I'm just saying that we support anything that gives us, you know.
Nobody ever made him black. That was more on, y'all always doing stuff
I know,
to mess up
but
us.
there were blacks that said, I really think he did it.
Who?
No.
Oh, that he didn't do it.
There were blacks who said it's time that people stop overlooking. They overlook other whites and other people.
That's what I'm saying.
They still said they think he did it. Though.
Yes.
That's
why I said it wasn't about him.
There was blacks that said he didn't do it.
Yeah, it wasn't about him.
He didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I get it with the Fani thing and anything that deals with Trump, that's related to Trump, that has anything with Trump's name on it. That's probably why the other prosecutors didn't want to do the case. Because they knew that he'll go digging. He'll go digging. They lied. He'll go digging, yeah.
So I just feel like, again, she giving him got to give the people what they want. That's what she did.
Yeah.
She's prolonging it. And it's the only case. This is the funny thing about it. It's the only one he can't get out of if he wins as president.
Oh, okay.
He can't pardon himself from a state investigation and trial.
Oh.
He can pardon himself from federal stuff, they believe.
Okay.
But he can't pardon himself from a state conviction.
And this is the case.
This is the only one.
You want squeaky clean. So again, I asked you, you gave a little overview of
that he wants them to be specific. Now, what they're going to do,
not have been specific?
What they're going to do when we know they're going to do it is
crazy.
She's going to go back, or Nathan, her boyfriend,
so
her ex-boyfriend.
It sounds like he's keeping them on the case.
I hope not, but it sounds like
it
doesn't.
That ruling hasn't come yet.
It sounds like it,
or else the next person would have to do.
To me, it sounds like he's keeping them on the case because he threw those charges out, almost to say, "Okay, I'm making them work for this." But I don't know. We don't know. But what will happen if both of those bozos stay on the case? They will send it back to the grand jury, those 6 charges, and with more specifics.
Okay.
And it'll be charged because the judge said if they were good charges. In other words,
okay,
he didn't say the charges was bad. He just said you got to be specific. And I know what constitutions they violated. You can't just make a blanket statement,
right? And that would make sense even for us who are not really clear on the law or our constitution in details. When you think if you're charging somebody with breaking the law, breaking a constitution law, when you say this is where they broke it. Article 7,
page
17, page whatever, amendment number 20.
Yes.
Specifically,
this is what
a president cannot do this when he's in office.
Vampire Giuliani can't do this. You know, the elector, you can't do this. You can't. So you can't just write a thing. Quit drinking Bahama Mamas and write
and
broad statements and get down to the nitty gritty.
I'm playing devil's advocate. Who's to say that Giuliani and all of the legal people that were around them did not see anything specifically?
They did.
Who?
What do you mean?
And that's why they found a loophole around it for Trump to, hey, go on and call and see if they can get you 11,000 more voters. Because there's nothing written.
Because then it's now plain. Then it becomes interpretation.
Exactly. Which a lot of times they do with the law.
And Trump does that a lot.
Thank you. So we'll see where this goes.
So he's going to make them work for it.
Yes.
And he should.
Yeah.
As much as you don't like the man, you trying to put me in jail.
Yeah.
I'm pulling everything out I can.
Yeah. Thank you.
Why people get mad at him for doing what he's supposed to do?
I don't like, and excuse me for the play on words. I don't like Trump charges on Trump.
Trumped up charges.
Trumped up charges. They got to be real. They got to be on paper. They got to be real.
Look, I understand. You don't want him to be president. I understand. He's a lunatic. So you're trying to figure out every law you can throw at him to try to stop the man. But you got to do it the right way. Yeah. You can't just throw anything at him and think that it's going to stick and think he's not going to try to get out of it. Okay. That's the bottom line.
So we'll see.
Let's see. Christopher says, yes, I've heard he was not qualified. He has only tried DUI and misdemeanor cases. Christopher says this Fani stuff is just a huge distraction.
It is.
And Justice says, hey, everyone.
That's
hey,
what
Justice.
Trump wanted. He wanted a huge distraction.
He wanted to delay it.
And she's doing that. She's falling right into his hands.
All right.
Okay.
So that moves on from there. That's what, now that you know, it's not 6 cases, it's 6 charges. And the judge is basically just saying, you gotta not just say he violated the Constitution.
Show me where, how.
How did he violate the Constitution?
Yeah, and it makes sense.
So one of them was the fact that he even called an elected official and asked them to do something.
You're not supposed to do
You're
that.
not. But where is that? We all know the judge is kind of saying it's common sense. We know you're not supposed to call an elected official and say, find me votes.
Paralegals or something.
But where in the book?
Assistants that work with the lawyers, they could have had them do all that.
They could have did all of that.
And photocopy, highlight.
Instead of being in the Bahamas, drinking Bahama Mamas.
You know what? This takes me back to the movie A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson.
They couldn't get him. They couldn't get him.
Do you not know how often they were in those books? They were studying. They were trying to find a way.
He was trying to find it.
And then until, what's his name?
Well, it says here, he says, we didn't violate that. Well, it says here, so he knew the only way to get him is he has to say it on the stand.
Yes.
It was one of those old Perry Mason moments. Mm-hmm. When Perry Mason said, I can't get you, I got to get you to say something or break.
Yeah.
That's the only thing the way to get Donald Trump, you got to get him on the stand. That's why he owes E. Jean Carroll $90 million. Because he got on the stand and the jury said, I'm worth billions of dollars. I have more money than a lot of people. So when they went back in the jury room, they said, he has billions of dollars. So 80 million is nothing to him.
Yeah, that's a slap. That's just a slap.
So he was lying. Now he was trying to scramble up 80 million.
So yeah, they gonna have to do what they did in A Few Good Men.
You gotta do him like that.
Get him in the corner.
You got to.
Okay.
So that, but we wouldn't have to do all of that if she put the right person on the case. And they was dotting the T's and crossing the, dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
He was blinking his eyes.
And he's not even good looking.
Hey, what do you think now, Fani?
Can he at least be good looking?
I don't know. Because we would all go, yeah, girl. He looked like Idris.
Or like Denzel Washington or something.
Shamar Moore.
Shamar Moore.
Yeah, we'd be like this too. Anytime you want to be on the case, I just became a lawyer. I don't know. I train you.
I think everybody would have. We wouldn't have liked it. But at least we would have walked away going, I understand, girl.
Good,
The Rock.
Girl.
You got The Rock.
And he only been a lawyer for a year.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
He's smart. He can do it.
Yes. But no.
But you got some dude everybody look like.
Oh, no. It wasn't worth it, Fani.
Not worth it. And she's good looking.
Yes, it wasn't worth
it. It's not like she's not good looking and she can't find nobody.
It ain't worth it, Miss Silly. It ain't worth it.
All right. I'm going to get off of her. I'm sick of her.
Go ahead.
All right. She makes me so upset when I think of her.
Okay.
Remember we started off the show, I told